Crypto Billionaire 69 coming back at you guys with another in-depth technical analysis video on Dogelon Mars. Let's get straight into the charts. Before we get into Dogelon Mars, let's check Bitcoin, as we are seeing some new prices. We are up 4.44% on the day. We have broken through these $24,000 levels, and it's looking quite nice. As we can see, we have a huge green candle, which means the sellers are tapering off and the buyers are stepping in, looking at this price as a discounted price as we move up, following this upward trend line, creating higher lows. If this sounds like gibberish to you, I will simplify it in Dogelon Mars right now. For all you newbies, investors that want real-time buy and sell alerts, check out the Patreon. The link's in the description. Daily market updates along with real-time buy and sell alerts for whenever it is the best time to be getting in Dogelon Mars. So, what are we looking at here? We have seen a spike in Bitcoin, but we have not seen the reflection. We are up. We are currently mirroring Bitcoin right now, around 4.4%. Dogelon Mars is 4.6%. But normally, whenever Bitcoin spikes, Dogelon Mars lags. A couple days later, it will spike around 3 times what Bitcoin spiked. So if Bitcoin spiked 4%, Dogelon Mars will spike around 12%. That's just general rule of thumb of what I've observed since I've been watching this coin for a long time. I believe I started watching this coin around November, late October parts. As it spiked, it got on my radar. So, what do we need to be looking at in these charts? As we can see here, this was our previous support line. Came down, it broke through it, okay, with a red candle, big red candle. So, we can see it did base for a little bit. Let's drop to these 4-hourly candles. It did base for a little bit. Boom, 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 spiked up again, tested these previous resistances, and then broke through the bottom. We're going to use a horizontal ray, so it is a little more clean. Right here, tested, broke through the bottom. Here. Now, what are we seeing? We are seeing it bounce off of this support here, around these 3075 levels. Now, this is a good thing, because as it comes down, it is testing to see if the buyers are really going to step back in, because it can't hold this upward trend line forever. That's just a fact. And when it breaks through, the best thing we can see is it to hold on the closest previous resistance, which is the one that we bounced off of, and then move up with volume in a rapid pace. So what is it doing? It's moving up. You know, the volume's not really there, but it is moving up fast. So that's one criteria that has not been met, is the volume. So we were watching a trade a few days ago, which was going to be, it comes down, tests this, and then moves up with volume confirmation candle. That trade is now invalid. Why is it invalid? It's invalid because it broke through the bottom of this, and now it's retesting the bottom. So the whole strategy changes. What do we need to look for here? We need to look for it to continue to hold in between these 3-2 levels and the top of these 3-4 levels. If it comes back down to here, it has a possibility of 2 things: breaking through the bottom and also creating a triple bottom. So one bottom here, another bottom here, and then triple bottom here. That will be a good point to start watching, because if you see it start to reverse with volume, then it's a good time to get in. Because triple bottoms are it's much more difficult to break through a triple bottom than it is to break through just one singular bottom. And since we have already come down and tested the singular bottom, the likelihood of it breaking through is much less. So, that being said, those are the possible scenarios. We have one, which is it just holds this trend line again. It recoups this trend line, breaks through here with major volume in green candle. Now, that is very much possible if Bitcoin continues to move in this upward pattern, as we have been seeing these past few days. However, personally, I'm still waiting for this dip back down to these $20,000 levels. Now, I'm not saying it's a It's a given. I'm not saying this is going to happen, but I'm saying it's very likely that this is to happen because of the overall market sentiment. Now, everybody is being very fearful right now. It is in the 30s, okay? It is in the 30s, and we are in the 24,000s. We're not seeing enough pain in the markets. We still have some people holding their bags. So this could be a fake out. Could be a fake out to where it comes up here, comes back down to these 20s. Even basis for a little. Around these 20s. And then breaks through, okay? That's what I see most likely happening. These are all my opinions, but I have been studying charts for a good little bit now. And this is just the most likely pattern that is to happen. Because if it just, listen, if it just comes straight up and let's say bounces here and continues to go, this is a major bull run, okay? This is crazy. This is crazy. It's just very unlikely to happen. What's more likely to happen is a little spike. We get profit. This is what we can do, though. Crypto Billionaire 69 at your service, especially with you in the Patreon, because you'll get these alerts. As it spikes, we can just take profit, little profits, minute profits at the tops. So all of you who are day trading can scalp these trades, make a good 20-30% on each uptrend. So this is Bitcoin, and it will reflect in Dogelon Mars because everything is pegged off of the big boys right now, which is Bitcoin. Even Ethereum is pegged off of Bitcoin. They all kind of move the same. The whole crypto market does because it's a new emerging asset class, and not too much money's in it. Only around $1 trillion, $2 trillion are in it, which is a lot of money for an individual, but for institutions, that's nothing, guys. That's nothing. You got to realize. Over time, as the regulations start to thicken up and the economy starts to flourish again, crypto is going to be it's going to be an asset class that the big money wants to play around with because they think they can make more money off the retail traders, if that makes any sense. It's just like the stock market, but there's more hype around it pretty much. So why wouldn't the big money take advantage of making some money? You know what I mean? So this is the prices we are looking at currently on Dogelon Mars. I'm going to go to 3 hourly candles, really give you an in-depth analysis on what prices we need to watch today. So you can use this and implement this knowledge right now. So stay tuned as I delete these to clear it up for you guys. Boom, boom, boom. I wish there was a faster way, but there's not. So these are the current 2 support levels that we are watching. This is the current resistance level that we are watching. One of them. So if it were to push up, we want to see major volume pushing through this resistance level and extreme volume pushing through these 3/5 levels. If it starts to stagger up like this, it would not be as good as if it just moved up with a green candle such as this with volume, as we can see. So the price points we need to be watching today are indeed, we will go more conservative on this and move it higher to these 3/5 levels. We want to watch these 3/5 levels in the long term for you day traders, meaning throughout the day. And in the short term, we want to watch these 3/4, 3/6 levels. Now, not much of a price difference, but there is a major price difference if you're trading with a lot of money, day trading on leverage. And on the flip side, these bottom support levels, we need to watch these 3/2s and these 3/073s. Okay, very important, very important. If we do start to retrace back down to these levels, we want to see consolidation at or above these 3/2 levels. Okay. Now, as we can see, it dipped down here, and these are the 3 hourly candles, and then it quickly regained momentum, and the buyers bought it back up, closing it above these 3/2 levels. That is a good sign. Okay. For example, if you saw this back here, it would be a good time to start averaging in, because you see that the buyers are stepping in heavy around this previous resistance level, which means it is more likely to go up in the short term. Now, in the long term, This has nothing to do with it. If you're looking at long term, you want to look at bigger candles, higher time frames. Okay, we're looking at 3 hours. If you're looking at really long term, these are weekly candles. So each candlestick is a week. If you don't know any of this, shoot me an email. We'll hook you up with the course, because you got to know this stuff if you want to make money in these markets. My email is mycryptomoves@gmail.com. Really simple. mycryptomoves@gmail.com. So these are the weekly candles. As we can see, we are in the slumps right now. We are down in the dirt. Buy low, sell high, as they say. Now, it's hard to do so if everyone and their mother is telling you not to invest because crypto is a scam. And half of them are true, because half of these coins are a scam. So be very careful on these smaller coins. However, Dogelon Mars has not seen any scam activity, and most of the circulating supply is held by a foundation backed by NASA, which is actually a very, very good thing. Or a foundation that has backed NASA. Let me put it that way. I don't think they're backed by NASA, but they have backed NASA on missions like rover missions and shiznot. But right now, we are low. I'm going to grab this Fibonacci tool. Pretty much what this tool does is tells you where the most likely points of support and resistance will be. And this is what we're looking at. So we are currently in a consolidation range between these 6 levels and these 454s with a couple zeros added on, okay? But to be more realistic, we are in a consolidation range between, if we're looking at just the candlesticks, between these 4 8s and these 2 2s. How did I get that? If you look at these previous, right here, okay? These are all resistance levels. If it breaks through this, there's no doubt it's going to break through these, because it already did all the work, which is break through this consolidation range. So in the weekly terms, we want to look at these 4-8 levels and these 2249 levels, okay? Crypto being a 69. I will catch you guys in the next video. I hope this helped you guys, and I hope you guys are doing great in these markets, even when we are low, because it is possible, my friends. It is possible. I will catch you in the next video. Peace.